Clive Leach here. Friday the 4th of October. It's just gone 12:30, and I'm down at Windsor Racecourse Marina with my boat, as you can see, the Lady Di. So why is it out of the water? Well, I'll show you. I got an alarm on my control panel, and I got the Volvo Penta dealers out, DB Marine, and they identified that the fault indicated a leak in the bellows. So we decided to investigate this, and at the same time have an early outdrive service. I mean, really early, because I wasn't going to have it done until probably March of next year. So this one has had its service, and the props will be, I've had the props refurbished just because it was out of the water and nicely polished and all the rest of it. But this was the problem here. The problem here was that the indicated fault was that water was in the bellows, which, you know, can become serious. However, when they came to do the service, it was discovered that the bellows were quite fine. So why was the water in here? Well, the answer was that the bell housing, which is this bit stuffed with a bit of tissue here, okay, was porous. This is the sensor there that was causing the problem. And you can see the rust trail here, okay. Now, if the bellows had been faulty, they would have expected a tide line across here, a level line. But what's happened is it's seeped down there. And so, having done all the tests and all the rest of it, they've discovered that the bell housing, this chunk of metal here, is porous. Now, not the best news in the world, but fortunately, Volvo, being the company that they are doing this under warranty, and which is great. The only problem is now that, you know, I've got to wait for the part. But, you know, it's been done under warranty because it's a good job, because apparently the repair is about £8,000 to £10,000, which is a lot of money. There's a lot of work involved. They've got to, you know, move the engine a bit forward and take the bell housing out and put a new one in and blah, blah, blah. So whilst it was out of the water, I thought I'd have this part of the boat, you know, nicely cleaned off, because, you know, being on the river most of my boat's life, when you're going through locks, you know, you pick up scuff marks on it and all the rest of the jazz. So Adam Shadbolt here at Windsor Racecourse Marina, SAS Services, I think his business is called, has kindly done this for me and polished the thing, got all the scuff marks off and, you know, dirty, well, I nearly swore, but dirty muck off it. And I'm actually very pleased with the result. So what we're going to do now is obviously we're going to have to wait for the parts to rock up, which they will in the fullness of time, and I think it's scheduled to be repaired round about the first week in October, I think, and we'll put it back in the water, because then I've got to run a few hours on it, which can be quite difficult because all the heavy rain that we've had. The river's on red boards at the minute, but I'll probably be able to scuttle up and down between locks and put a few hours on it, and then Volvo want to lift the boat again, inspect it and make sure everything's tickety-boo, which I'm sure it will be. Long term, next March, perhaps February, March, I'm going to have the boat lifted again, and I'm going to make sure the anti-fouling is all in good order. And the reason for that is that later in the year we're going to move the boat to Puerto de Queza at the end of April, and we're scheduled to get the boat in the water there on the 30th of April, and we're going to spend 3 months there, and then we're going to bring the boat back and will be based back at Windsor Marina, I think. So that's all from me from now, and if you have been, thank you for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe and like the video and do the thumbs up bit and all the rest of the jazz, because at the end of the day it helps with the algorithm, and that helps me and it makes me very happy. So if you have been, thank you for watching.